What is the meaning of Surah Al-Asr? Mufti Muhammad Ashik Ilahi Madani explains that Surah Al-Asr encompasses man's failure and success in a nutshell. Allah says, by the time, by taking an oath in the name of time, Allah Azza wa Jal presents time as a witness to the fact that man in general is at a loss. Thus, when Allah says, verily, man is in loss, every person has to leave behind whatever he earns of this world, and because he does not take a provision of good deeds to the hereafter, he stands at a loss there. If a man looks back in time and studies the history of past nations, it will become clear to him that most people have destroyed their lives in the hereafter. If a person lives his life properly, he will be successful in the hereafter. Because most people choose disbelief instead of belief, therefore all of humanity is in loss except the believers. Allah says in Surah Az-Zumar, truly, the losers are those who put themselves and their families at a loss on the day of judgment. Verily, that will be a manifest loss. Such people will themselves be in the fire, and they will also lead their families into the fire. The loss of the disbelievers is the worst loss because they will lose everything they have earned in this world when they die, as they will have no good deeds to assist them in the hereafter. They will be doomed forever because there will be no chance of returning to this world. Then Allah says, except for those who believe and do righteous deeds, and those who enjoin truth upon one another, and those who enjoin patience upon one another. People with the above four attributes do not have to fear suffering any loss in the hereafter. In addition to the two fundamental attributes of faith and good deeds, such people also encourage others to do good works and to refrain from sin. Not only do they encourage their family and friends, but also their associates, fellow travelers, and anyone they meet. They encourage them to accept the truth and to tread the straight path. In addition to this, they also encourage people to exercise patience. Patience here refers to remaining steadfast in performing good deeds, refraining from sin, as well as exercising patience when afflicted with any difficulty. The believers in this verse also patiently endure the harassment of people whom they encourage towards the truth. Every person needs to think whether he is leading a life in a manner that will cause him a loss, or whether his way of life will lead him to salvation. People with strong faith are constantly concerned about their plight in the hereafter. They lose no opportunity to do good deeds and make every effort to avoid sin, especially kufr and shirk. They are always soaring to new heights in proximity to Allah. The surah makes it clear that it is not sufficient for a person to be concerned only about his own spiritual condition. He has to ensure that his family and friends also know and practice Islam. If a person neglects to do this, his family and friends will become a source of grief on the day of judgment, as every person is a shepherd, and they will be questioned about their flock.